this is DM Allen. Thanks for joining us once again for another week of awesomeness. Let's just get it started.
Last season on Roll with Advantage, the Order of the Obsidian Flames started to learn just how chaotic the world was becoming as they discovered that a curse was plaguing the land and preventing resurrections.
Something's wrong. It's not that the spirit isn't answering, there's nothing to answer.
And the feud between dragons and giants continued to grow as the dragons started attacking.
There's 4 dragons heading towards Everland.
The party turns to the giants to protect Everland.
Yes, we can house most of them.
The party then fought against the dragons and their army, proving to be successful. They then turned to Waterdeep to try and get a clue for the death curse and potentially more pieces of 6. But Waterdeep seems to have its own set of problems.
What do you know about vampires?
That they are abominations because they hate the light and fire and all that is gloriously wonderful about Lathander.
The party attempts to help Waterdeep with its troubles, but struggles against the chaos.
A very large red plume of fire comes burping up out of the sewers and engulfs the entire casino as it implodes and falls into the sewers.
And then, amidst the chaos, they hear something big. Something causing chaos.
There's some squid out there that's breaking ships.
And finally, the party tracks down the hideout of the vampires, causing chaos in the city.
And you see on the door a bronze plaque that says Winter Costs. Or Winter's Cost.
They attack.
You see out one of the windows, there are flames licking up the side of the building.
We get a tip as to where to find the missing crew of our ship, located underneath the city in a secret port known as Skullport.
So I just remembered about us being told that our crew is tied up at the docks.
The party successfully rescues the crew,
using the same technique to get the crew to Maelstrom,
but runs into a creature of chaos.
You see her eyes are glowing slightly, almost with the radiant light like Bon, but it's darker.
But then, as the party is about to leave Skullport, they see a strange circle of bodies and decide to dive down, unknowingly entering the lair of the Kraken. There, they find one of the pieces of 6.
There's about 100-foot radius of no bodies, and then just outside of that, think of like a body donut.
I want to swim down.
I dive underwater.
Hell no. Dude, that's a piece of 6. Grab that shit.
You see a kraken pulling its way through the cavern. It is the biggest thing you've ever encountered.
The party manages to escape the kraken.
Then all of a sudden, Szilard pops out of existence.
The party spends some more time in Waterdeep before deciding to check in with the giants at Maelstrom, only to run into the kraken once more.
And you see the kraken sieging the keep.
In an attempt to save Maelstrom, the party leads the kraken away into a trap for a final confrontation with this god of chaos.
I think we should try and lure the kraken away from the city.
Where would we be drawing the kraken to?
Perhaps to the whale bones?
The kraken fights a tough battle, but in the end, it is no match for the Order of the Obsidian Flame.
Let's say there was a weak scale above his eye, and I hit that, and that scale impales him in the eye as he dies.
As the scales go flying, they impale the eyes around it, and a little piece of skull like droops off of this open wound, and the pressure of the brain starts like spurting out.
The kraken is a clear sign. Chaos is loose in the world. The party needs to find the pieces of 6 so a new ordning can be performed and law can be brought back into the world. Can the obsidian flame beat the forces of chaos and set the world on a path of law? Or will they fall to the ever-growing chaos?
Kinian, you toot the conch, and all of you travel back to Maelstrom. And when you get back to Maelstrom, the water is above all of your heads.
It's like 3 feet deep.
Yeah, it's about 8 or 9 feet deep. Sarissa's fine. I mean, she's a storm giant anyways, but she's doing just fine. And I need everybody to.
Well, haven't we been all snacking on
Oh, that's
seaweed?
right. You got the seaweed before you went back.
Oh, yeah,
I got some chipmunked away.
You guys have seaweed that allows you to breathe underwater, and so when you get back, it's more of a surprise than anything. And you end up going up to the jazz room, and in that room there is a giant crack in the crystalline window, and it's letting through water very, very fast. And Sarissa just kind of is walking around like this is no big deal. She walks up to the window.
So
and
is it one giant crack?
One giant crack. I mean, it's
I cast
splinters.
mend.
Okay. You're just mending it and keeping it.
If it's one crack, I just mend.
Okay. It's definitely not one crack, but can you heal it like slowly?
It
could.
affects like a cubic foot.
Yeah, but it's one break on a cubic foot, so yeah, I could slowly. Oh, it'd take me hours.
Okay. Sarissa walks up to the window, and she looks out into the sea, and she has like this very stoic look on her face, and she says, "I don't see anything out there."
And I'm like a kid smeared up against the glass, like trying to look out there.
Give me a perception check.
Oh no. Only 14.
A 14. You don't see anything out there either. No sharks, no fish, no giants, no aboleths. You do look down, and there's like the underwater ramparts to the stronghold, and they are completely crushed in. It's all caved in. That's where the Kraken was like bashing its way through, and everything down there is just ruined. She looks to you guys and she says, "I'm a little worried about this, but I mean, a little bit of water doesn't scare us. I think we should sweep the keep and make sure that we don't have any lingering people."
At the word sweep, the broom pops out of my quiver.
All right. And she says, Do you want to go as groups? I can accompany you if you'd like.
I mean, I'm not familiar with the entire palace. I've mostly, he thinks to himself, like Kinian thinks to himself, mostly hangs around Sarissa's night chambers, but then thinks not to say that. I mostly just come and drink in here.
You're like remembering, and it's like just standing outside her quarters, like putting the elbow up and waiting for her to come out, and she just never comes out. You just give up.
But I'm not sure. Let me consult the spirits. So I produce essentially like some bones out of my pack, and I start arranging them, preparing to shake them to consult the spirits.
Okay.
That wasn't a thinly veiled attempt to just have an excuse to drink? The spirits?
No. Consulting the spirits, however, I do like that idea.
A little bit for me, a little bit for you. Pour
I'm
it out
guessing
on the
for
bones.
Kinian, it probably would involve
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
alcohol as well.
Yeah, you drink till you see pink elephants, then you ask them questions. Right.
But
What spell are you casting?
augury.
Augury. Okay. And
It's 30 minutes. Like in the next 30 minutes, the spirits might tell me good things are going to happen, bad things are going to happen, good and bad, or nothing.
let's see. Do you ask a question to them?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, it's just wheel or woe,
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yeah.
got
When I see
you.
the dice, though, I pull out a scroll
I got you.
and I look at it. And I look at the dice and I look back at the scroll and I go, "Oh!" And put the scroll back away.
Okay.
And this goes back to when we were doing Lost Mines.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
One of the first scrolls I picked up was an augury scroll, but I can't read it because it's not a
Not
sorcerer
your-
spell.
Yeah.
So.
You pick the bones up with all these runes on them, and you shake them up and you throw them on the ground. And what you read from them is good omens.
Good things. Kinian rubs his hands together.
I think they all come up sevens. Is what happens.
When the omen comes back of wheel, Kinian raises his eyebrow and suggests that I'll protect Sarissa. Why don't you guys go off that direction?
Uh-huh.
Good things.
Do you split the party?
Probably not.
No. Yeah, I think Sarissa's like, no, we should probably just all stick together. I like what Manette's saying.
Mhm.
There's like a
Stop
half pout.
thinking of laying her eggs and let's get going.
Well, that's weird.
So she leads the way as she knows the place best. Every room that you guys are coming to seems to be safe and secure. You come across a lot of giants. She says, we have somewhere close to, I believe, 400 giants living here. And she opens the door to one of the rooms, and there's about 6 giants, like, sitting there on the ground, like, with their arms around their knees, just kind of waiting for...
Fetal position.
Not fetal position, but, like, it's like hurricane, like you're waiting in the bathroom. Nothing you can really do.
They're giants.
These are definitely commoner giants, and she extends some nice words to try to calm them, and explains that the Kraken is dead, and that there needs to be no worry. You find a few rooms like this. After probably taking, it would take you guys somewhere around like 4 hours to really finish doing a clean sweep of the area, and you find a few dead guards here and there. You can actually find a trail of where some Orca Team 6 intruder came in from and left from. You don't find signs of any enemies, and you haven't ran into anyone from Orca Team 6. After the search is completed, you guys end up in the throne room next to the bodies of former King Hikatan and her uncle Uther. And she says, I guess the Abolus didn't pursue the attack after the Kraken left. Or after we killed the Kraken, whatever hold the Kraken held over them was no more.
Great. And I hop off my battle crab.
Yeah, yes. You all are welcome to stay the night. I would highly suggest that you eat more of the algae before you sleep, just in case your areas are flooded. We will try to eventually staunch the flooding, but honestly, the water doesn't bother us. So it's the last thing for us to worry about.
Fair enough.
So you guys take a rest.
Yes.
Kinian, roll me a charisma check. Give me, what is it, charm or
This is to see how well you perform.
Deception or
deception?
That's
No,
no
she
good.
rolls that.
That's no good.
Oh god. Oh god.
Aww. Well, it depends on how well you roll. Another one?
Another nat 20.
Dang.
You rock her world. Whatever you did it right.
Oh yeah.
And
It's not the size. It's how you rage.
She and you had a very good time last night. And I think that's about it. Outside of that,
I was gonna make some jokes, but it's probably not.
Yeah.
That's the
yeah.
crack open that. That clamshell.
So, you guys have a really good rest.
That's a long rest. We take
A long rest.
except Kenyan, who got a short rest, right?
No, he's well rested too. Very relaxed.
How does the
see.
barbarian get 2 20s in a row on a charisma check?
I don't know.
Maybe.
because the barbarian is Dan, and Dan has Dan's dice.
Yep.
So as the morning happens, Kyo gets up and his head's itching him. And you notice 2 little bumps.
I don't know.
You hit puberty?
And his scales aren't quite as shiny as they were yesterday.
Are you a girl now?
No.
Have you
the
been
bumps are
hearing?
on his
He grew
head now.
horns. He's a guy now.
Sarissa says, Kyo, did you not sleep well last night? Were our combinations not good enough?
Kyo starts to talk, but he starts in like Sylvan,
Okay.
not in common.
Okay.
No, so I can understand it.
And he says something about having weird dreams.
I don't understand your language, but okay.
In Sylvan, I ask Keo why he's suddenly talking in Sylvan.
He says, "Oh, sorry, I didn't realize."
Is this like a hangover from feeble-minded?
A little bit, yeah.
So we have most of the pieces of 6. We need to find the other 2.
Time for research.
Where?
Candlekeep.
So, I guess I will leave you to your devices. I think you all need some of this. And she holds out another large heaping handful, and she says, make sure to put it in jars and keep it fresh. Put a little bit of water on them each night. Just make sure they don't dry out.
Salt water?
It doesn't honestly matter as long as they stay moist. Just make sure they don't dry out and they won't lose their effect.
Mayo-flavored kelp.
She looks directly at Kyo and she says, whatever you do, don't smoke it. She says, like I said yesterday, I can't guarantee what state our keep will be in next time you come here. So just make sure you each have enough to take before coming in the front door, I guess.
And Kyo starts pulling out some jars.
Okay. And then she nods to you all, and she says, I have a keep to run now. Don't be gone too long. And she winks at Kinian.
Kinian blushes.
Before we leave, do you have any advice for us for finding these remaining pieces?
I think the places you want to look the most are the places that are just outside of the chaos of the world. From what you guys have found, for the other pieces. The pieces always seem to be close, but never in the center of the storm.
Well, thank you for that advice.
I start setting up stuff to teleport.
Okay.
Cool.
Pushing furniture out of the way and yeah. And I have my like unseen servant drawing stuff on the floor, and it's making a big affair.
She leaves you all to do as you like. You did notice in the morning the bodies were gone. It's reasonable to think that most of the bodies have been removed from their previous location and moved to some sort of infirmary or something like that. So.
All right. So I go.
Yeah.
And I wave my staff and do my stuff, and nothing happens.
Okay.
Never been to Candlekeep, have you?
No, I can't teleport anymore.
Why not?
Pew, pew. It's not working.
It's not working.
Pew, pew.
Well, I guess we should go to the ship then.
So that's what you do?
Yes.
Okay. You guys bamf back to the ship. When you get there...
Start the presses.
Yes. When you get there, the ship is in dry dock. It has only been 3 days, and the town seems to be very adamant to get the ship out of here, and all of your crew is working on the ship as hard as they can.
Supper's got a little cart full of tools that he's pulling back and forth.
Yep, and he's got saddlebags for tools, too. He looks like a little carpenter dog.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nymeria's just been napping.
Yep, like normal, just like pawing at people who walk by.
She's above helping out with manual labor.
That's right. Who do you seek out?
Kinian produces like a Commodore's hat,
Okay.
slaps it on his head from his portable hole, and just like rocking like the biggest hat you've ever seen at this point. And I make my way into town to meet up with the Zentarum faction if possible, just to talk myself up with my family,
Okay.
essentially.
Okay. Give me a investigation.
No. 10.
10. So the fastest way you know to get in contact with the Zentarum when they are not clearly visible is to go to rings. Whether or not you choose to do that is your choice. But currently, you are unable to find any Zentarum.
I'd head to rings.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring back her ring that she lent me, because I couldn't figure out how to make it work.
Okay. When you get to Rings, Rings' door is broken inward. There is a giant mess strewn all over the place. It looks like there was a tussle here. There's a little bit of blood around. Do you investigate?
I actually get down low and sniff the blood, and if it doesn't go well, I'll even taste the blood. It does not go well.
Okay.
Same result.
Same result. So the blood is irony. You don't really know whose blood this is. You don't have much of a clue really what happened here but a battle. As you're walking out, you see two big blood splatters across the back wall with gore just like dripping down the wall. And like you think to yourself like, huh, she got at least two. But there is no body here. Something's off.
I tuck basically the bulk of my easily stealable items away in my portable hole, and I walk into the Three Dragons like I own the place, where I previously tried to steal from the table.
Okay. You walk into the casino. The casino is... it's busy, but it's not, like, nighttime busy. It's daytime currently. You don't get further than 10 feet in the door before you're greeted by the Dragonborn. This Dragonborn is cloaked and stands in front of you, and it says, "What are you here for?"
You know who I am.
I do.
Where are my brethren? And I actually hand gesture the Zentarum, flash him like the Zent symbol.
Word is, there's a new sheriff in town. There's a little bit of infighting with the Zentarum. And, someone new is taking over.
Over the rings telepathically, there's a swear word followed by Viper. And then I proceed to, in a conversation with the Dragonborn, like my eyes kind of wander as I'm like talking to the group, and he's probably just standing there like tapping his feet, but I'm...
Or thinking that you're trying to like scope something out to steal.
Possibly. But I said, it's possible that there was a Zentarum coup, and Rings is missing. I suspect the Viper. Except for there's probably like a de-evolved way that Kinian would have said that.
Sure.
It was the Viper.
Yeah. Shit's fucked up. Viper's fault.
Oi, lads. Viper stole my woman. No, the other one.
Kinian, where you at? I'm at the Three Dragons.
Take off for the Three Dragons.
Are you flying in Waterdeep again?
No.
Okay. Just checking. Just checking. And I take a step forward toward the Dragonborn, and I said, it took Rings. Who would be strong enough to take Rings?
This new person, I know they hold a lot of influence. I don't know much outside of that. Not part of the family, man.
Huh. I would have been sure that he would be Centaur. Well, anything you know could help. And I reach down into my portable hole.
Yep.
And I pull out the oath bow I nicked from the party.
Okay.
And I hold it out in front of him.
You hear, like, the game tables just inside the door. Like, everybody stops playing and is, like, looking towards you guys. And he says, well, he doesn't say anything. He reaches out and grabs it. And he says, all I know is the Viper isn't the one in charge. He comes around here all the time, and he is not the one given the orders. So,
on to Candlekeep.
and that,
Yeah, what's up?
what do you want to do in here?
Build my armor.
Build your armor? Okay. So you're back on the ship working on stuff. Okay.
Unless something drastic happens
Okay.
with the rest of the crew. That's what he's going to do for the day.
Okay. Tin, is there anything you want to do while you're here to either gain favor with the town or buy things or...
I probably stop to chat with Eloise for a short bit. And just kind of update her on what's been going on and get some updates from her. And then I probably just derp around with Nymeria.
Okay. Eloise says, the Kraken, you guys killed the Kraken. That's crazy. That's crazy to think.
That's what we do.
That's huge, Tin. That's big. Things have been great here. The Zentarum have not been twisting arms like they usually do. The Thieves Guild has virtually disappeared. It's been nice. Government's working smoothly, which is very odd. It sounds like the Mask Lords are finally in some sort of agreement, and they're able to get things done rapidly.
Why do you think that... I mean, if the Zentarum have kind of gone quiet, why hasn't anything else risen up to take their place?
I don't know. And honestly, I'm waiting for the shoe to drop.
Well, if anything does happen in regards to all that, let me know.
How can I get in contact with you? I assume you are traveling abroad again.
Yeah. How would Eloise be able to get in contact with me?
You might be able to spend some coin on some scrolls of communication, which is essentially like a ticket system.
Yeah.
You might be able to do something like that. That'd be probably 100 gold for probably 20 tickets.
That's easy, yeah.
She could always contact the voice.
The voice?
The voice?
Yeah. Yep.
Write a letter to the editor. It'll get to me.
Oh.
Did you fully stand up a voice in Waterdeep?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember you like handing stuff out. I couldn't remember if it was fully set up. Is it the kobolds that are running it?
That and street children, just like the other one. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Was there anything else?
I had research assistants, I think, working.
Yeah,
for
that's
my,
right. That's right.
For my professorship.
Yep.
I was abusing my job.
Your job. Tin. Was there anything else you wanted to do?
No, but what was the scrolls called again? I can see.
I don't really know the name. Just some sort of. They're just tickets. So essentially, you get 20 tickets. You give 10 to her and keep 10 or whatever. However you want to split them up. And when you tear one off and write on it, or when you write on it and tear one off, it zips off to the receiver.
I'll just call it a communication scroll then for now. So yeah, that's it. I go play with Nymeria because I haven't done that in a while.
Hey everyone, I'm DM Alan, and thank you so much for joining us once again. We are back from our break, and this is Season 3, Episode 1. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us again. We have just had a fantastic time, and this last little break has been very productive. If you haven't already, please go out and tell everybody you know about us. It's the best way for us to grow. Give us a shout out on Twitter at DM's Table using hashtag #RollWithAdvantage, or even on Facebook at the DM's Table using that same hashtag. Now let's talk about this week's sponsor. This week's sponsor is Audible. Audible is an amazing audiobook platform that has well over 180,000 books to choose from. Whether you're on iPhone, Android, Kindle, or the like, you can get Audible and use it. It is absolutely fantastic. And right now, Audible is running an amazing deal for our listeners. You can sign up for a free 30-day membership right now, and you'll get 2 audiobooks and 2 Audible originals. And you can get that by going to www.audibletrial.com/RWA. Now, this week, I had an experience, and you really need to experience this as well if you haven't already. I was over at AJ's house for a New Year's Eve party, and he broke out his Oculus Rift. And let me tell you, if you haven't played the Oculus Rift yet, it is fantastic. It is so immersive, and it reminded me of one of my favorite books, and that book is Ready Player One. You can get Ready Player One right now on Audible, and it is just phenomenal. It is by far better than the movie. You follow Percival through all of these different trials just to watch his character and those characters around him grow, and it is an absolutely fantastic book. I highly recommend it, and you should make sure to listen to it as soon as you possibly can. Now, I also want to talk about Incompetech.com. Incompetech.com has been with us from the beginning. They are an absolutely fantastic website where there is just a ton of royalty-free music that is usable for your home games, for podcasts like these, for just about anything. And it is phenomenal. Their scores are just brilliant. You really need to go check it out. That's Incompetech.com. If you don't believe me, here's a sample. All right. That's all I have for you this week. We're going to get right back into the episode, and stay tuned for more information to come in the following weeks. All right. See you on the internet, guys. Bye.
Yeah, I'm hoping the voice is starting to sell a little here. The idea is to...
Not at all. Not yet.
Not
I mean,
at all.
it's only been...
It's a lost leader.
It's been no longer than 4 nights since you guys left and all that crap went down with the city being like, fuck you, get out of my city type thing. What would Kyo be doing?
So Kyo's going to be getting some ointment for his horn nubs, and let's see, he'd be checking up on how the articles are going, and he'd stop by the library, and he's getting some. He wants to buy a new doll.
Okay. All right. So first off, you stop off at the voice, and the kobold that is in charge there, is another black kobold with yellow painted speckles, a lot like your lost friend, and they just give you a heads up that it's really hard to get people to read the voice when they know you're behind it.
I see. So I advise that they run less ads for the Order of the Obsidian Flame. No ads, but less ads.
Okay.
And I ask them to scout out, see if they can get some like new perspectives. Run some fluff pieces.
Cats and trees.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What are the plagiarism laws in Waterdeep like?
Probably stringent. They got a lot of laws here.
Yeah.
No joke.
You can write an article about how that's hurting free expression.
I guess it would be considered theft, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Kyo, what do you think about having the Waterdeep charter of our charter?
I did
part
ask.
of the voice.
I did ask for a deed.
Oh, did you get a deed?
We haven't gone to go talk to Bossy Pants,
Bossing with boss pants.
the lady who came and defended us.
Laryl.
Well, assuming we get a charter up and running, what if we paired up with the voice to try and give credibility to both?
Works for me. But, no firing children.
No firing children.
They need jobs too.
I don't think there are child labor laws yet in
No.
Waterdeep.
No. So, you go to the library for what? Yeah.
I like the library.
Oh, okay. You just recreation. Okay.
It's one of the things yeah.
Okay.
I mean, my book's starting to make more sense, but yeah.
Okay.
I want to
And then
talk to the other books.
You find a doll, too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I begin
All right.
modifying the doll.
How so?
I'm giving it like little antlers, and I'm painting it green.
Okay. All right.
And like pinning some embroidering flowers on it too.
All right. Bon, you're setting up a chapter here. Is that where you're gonna work
I'm gonna
on?
attempt to, yeah.
Okay. So you run over to the Three Dragons Casino, and it's there you see Kinian has exited a conversation with the Dragonborn. What do you do?
Dude, you said the Viper's here?
Apparently, He's got a boss. He's working for someone else, and they took rings. And Kinian actually, like, feels a little guilty because he just got some giant poontang the night before. So it's like, rings.
She probably got taken when that was happening.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like, Rings and Kinian are married, but we're...
Oh, it's very open.
It's a very open marriage, but he can't help but feel a little bit guilty because I'm...
Zip code rule?
I'm her protection.
While he was getting the good touch, she was getting the bad touch.
Yeah.
Stabbed to death.
Stabbed
She was
to
getting stabbed to death.
So,
All right. After that, I'm just gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna go try and set up a charter here.
I walk kind of like sad bastard behind him.
okay.
And I'm like, I said we get a deed for killing.
Oh, wait, what? Deed?
Yeah. I said that we demand a deed for killing the Kraken. A deed to some property within Waterdeep.
Well, let's go collect.
Well, we already have some property, that shop.
Shop?
No, that's in a whole other city. Are you talking the one that
The one,
that Bond got seen outside of while we ran from the fuzz?
yeah.
Tease?
No, it wasn't Tease. It was the closed down
It was
Emporium.
the other one.
Yeah, the closed down Emporium.
It was the other one, not Tease.
That you stood and just like, hey, there's people in there.
Hey, cops.
Hey, cops.
All right. So you
Adventurer.
you make your way to Blackstaff Tower to talk to Laryl Silverhand. You are not able to get in. It is a solid obsidian tower, and there is a single handprint on the side of the tower.
Ooh, solid obsidian tower would make a cool headquarters.
What does a handprint look like?
Humanoid hand, and it's about humanoid height, up like at your shoulder height, just below Kinian's shoulder height.
Is this something you've seen before?
Ding. Hey, Manette, how do we get in Blackstaff?
It's usually open. It's a school. Like,
Yeah, she's listening on the rings anyhow.
You asked that, and it's funny you mentioned that. You asked that, and just as Manette's replying, there is a door that like sinks inward and then starts going upward. So the seamless obsidian tower creates a doorway.
Never mind, Manette, we got in.
quit bothering me. I'm working.
It's all good.
And on the other side of the wall is Laryl Silverhand standing there. She has a paper in hand.
My next woman.
Oh, God.
She is quite beautiful. She has silvery gray hair, and she's doing very well aging wise. She is extremely intelligent, extremely powerful, and very imposing.
She was an elf, right?
She's right.
Yes.
She's
She's
my
an
type
elf.
of woman then.
She definitely commands the space around her. So she is standing there with the rolled parchment, and she says, I already know what you're here for. And she throws you the parchment. She says, congratulations on killing a ancient beast, one of a kind, in fact. If you have no other questions, I have things I need to attend to.
Thank you, milady.
Does she sound pissed? Like, I know I'm not
yeah.
there. She's pissed.
Yeah, she's pissed.
Do an insight check. I need you to do an insight check.
Do it.
She's pissed that we killed the Kraken.
Well, there's only one Kraken.
17.
Why is she pissed?
You're over the ring
Yes.
like, hey, if she sounds pissed.
Actually, you know what? I hit the ring and I'm like,
Man, Lariel's like, she's kind of a bitch.
She hears you.
She looks
Is
more
that why
pissed.
she's pissed?
She seems a little pissed after that message towards you. She seems very flustered for other reasons, though. It's not particularly your fault. You catch vibes that she might be a little bummed that you killed something that was one of a kind. But you think that's just it's a passing feeling. She definitely seems preoccupied by other things, very, very important things.
she visibly gets more pissed after I'm like, she's kind of a bitch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I say through the ring, I say, also, she's got some dirt on her face.
She smirks, and any flaw that might have been on her face seems to slowly disappear, almost magically.
Kinian has no idea, but pushes his ring and says,
She's beautiful. She could be my next wife.
I don't see any dirt. And then out loud,
yeah.
I say, what do you know of the Zentarum change of leadership? My rings is missing. And I actually state it like my rings is missing, kind of like a broken English.
She says, unfortunately, it's not quite a change in leadership in the Zentarum. It's a leadership that's always been there, but has hardly ever been present. Has chosen to be present now.
Bon, what did she mean?
I don't know. I get that's vague, but honestly, it's beyond you. And
I'm nodding.
you have much more pressing matters to attend to with the pieces of 6.
They took my wife.
I think she will be just fine. Rings is a very resourceful lady.
And I look down at my chest where a piece of 6 absorbed into my body.
Yep.
I'm like, do you know where the pieces of 6 are?
I know where some of them are.
Any of them that we don't know where they are?
Vague and vague. Wrapped in a vague.
She says, if you're looking for clues on the pieces of 6, I think your best bet is to find them in Candlekeep.
Okay, thanks.
And as you start walking away, she says to you, Bon, telepathically, she says, be wary of the Undying Sage.
I turn around and I do a really elongated head nod, I want to check out the deed. The
deed?
The place.
Okay, yeah,
Place
so
of the deed.
you follow you go to the location. Kinian can show you right where it's at. And Kinian, when you get there...
But I can't read, so you tell me what it is.
You know the numbers. Yeah. He can read to you what street it's on, and you know it by the bars. And so you get to this location, and it's a place you've seen often. It's the kind of place that you walk by and you're like, what a shithole. It's scrunched between two buildings, very tightly, and the shutters are crooked on it and hanging off. What vegetation was there is all just dead and overgrown. The two buildings next to it are immaculate. It's a nicer part of town. In the North Ward, it is a terrible-looking building. When you guys open the door, or at least try, it's stuck. It's jammed. Yeah, Kinian, you kind of lean into it with your strength. The door flies open. And inside is a terrible mess. There's old scrolls everywhere, half-drinking bottles and completely empty potion bottles everywhere. There is a singular table that's a table and a chair, and that's the only furniture in this house. And and on top of the table is a few scrolls that are very old looking, a plate that has some old rotten food, and when you inspect some of these scrolls, most of them crumple in your hands, but the couple that are on the table have nothing but gobbledygook on them, and you are seeing like this circular symbol with a black flame on it. And you recognize it. It looks just like
coal.
The Order's. It looks just like the Order's symbol, the Order of the Obsidian Flame.
Across the ring, I say.
So our new digs need a little fixing up, but I greatly appreciate the free plays. Manette, there's an obsidian flame here, too.
What?
Yeah, there's a little drawing of the symbol that you have for the obsidian flame.
Drawings?
I misty step out of the side of the tower.
The tower?
And begin flying.
Oh, God. All right.
You're going to get arrested. I love it.
You... we'll get to you. On further inspection of the house, there are 10 bedrooms, a greeting room, a large kitchen, and a ballroom. In the back is a very small courtyard with a broken fountain in the center of it.
Kinian.
Yeah.
Do you think any of your crew might be suitable to lead up this place for us? Because I don't have a Stairvash anymore to just kind of give a franchise to.
Not that I know offhand. I mean...
Well, I guess I could always call for Stairvash and have him come here and set this one up. He's probably gotten things pretty top-notch back in Everland.
You did leave 2 people in Everland, too.
Yeah, he can probably come here and fix it up.
We could leave it to the interns. I mean, it'll lend university support will lend credibility.
Keo, you misty step out the side of the tower. You start flying, and one of the guards, like, up on one of these guard towers that might be strewn out along the city, like on top of these houses. One of them just, like, shouts at you, like, "Hey, get down from there!"
I get down from there. I put the broom, I put the broom away.
Yep.
And I begin falling.
Okay.
And then I feather fall. And then.
Yep. And you eventually make your way to the shitty house.
Would you entrust your interns with such a thing?
It's okay. The kobolds will watch them.
Okay, so we'll let the interns start things, and then I'll call for Stairvash to finish things up.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave 1,500 gold to rejuvenate the place.
You got like no gold. I love it. Kenyon basically picked up one of the half-drank bottles off the table.
Okay. And like smell it?
Hopes that it's wine and takes a drink.
Okay. All right.
And it declares that it's a lot bigger on the inside.
The house?
Yeah.
It's just nasty booze. Like
It's vinegar now.
yeah, you drink it like a dead something or another is inside there, and it's not great. I mean, it's not the worst booze you've had. It's far from the best, though.
Well, the fact that it's dead lets them know that the booze is strong enough.
Yes. Yeah, it's actually embalmed at this point.
It's like the worm in the tequila.
Yeah.
It's like a mouse.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Pickled mouse. Kyo licks his chops just a little.
The only other thing I want to do is send a letter to Stairvash, say, "Hey, come here."
Okay. You guys want to wait around town for the ship to be fixed? Yeah.
That would give crafting time, and I would go looking for evidence about rings.
Okay.
The first place that Kenyon would go would probably be the mooring bell.
Okay.
And first to see just how much of a radius of people getting up and moving away from me takes place, which pleases me.
Yeah.
And then I try to get some information from the Force Grey in regards to it. Basically, I'm going to talk to the handler guy that I normally give tips to see what he knows.
Okay. So, it's going to take a little over a week. So we'll call it 15 days. So 15 days in Waterdeep. And during that time, Kenyon, roll me a investigation check.
God, I suck at that. Get it. Doesn't count.
Wasn't in the dish.
Yep. I went from a 0 to a 5.
Oh, nice. So you are, you go to the mooring bell. You don't get any sense of difference from the mooring bell. You walk in, people shy away from you, but it's not any different than normal. You talk with your informant, or the person you usually inform, and they don't have any information to share with you. Give me a insight check.
Wow, I'm not proficient. 12.
He doesn't seem to be withholding any information. It's a little weird that he doesn't know.
I put
anything?
10 gold on the table.
Okay.
And slide it toward him.
Okay. Roll then with advantage.
Ba-ding!
19 insight.
He explains, and I mean he's talking like nobody knows this, right? There has been a change in power with the Zentarum. The Zentarum have disappeared off the map as far as the structure of the family. There has been zero activity. Even the stuff that Rings was doing with the shipping and stuff like that has all disappeared. Nobody can find Rings, and that's pretty much it.
And in 15 days, I saw no evidence of anything Zentarum at all in the entire city.
It is literally they picked up and disappeared.
Kenyon switches hats.
Yeah. Yeah.
He goes back to his crag cat.
Okay.
And as he originally started out with the high bravado, talking about how we killed the Kraken and bragging about it and drinking, Kinian's actually starting to get scared.
Okay.
So you see his entire faction disappear out of the largest city in Faerun.
Just to make it clear, too, when you're, like, bragging and drinking with people and bragging about killing the Kraken, nobody fucking believes you. Like, that's... The Kraken was a legendary tale, and it's like if you were to say you've killed a god, or even killed an idea. It's unbelievable for a lot of people. Only those who are capable of seeing the results are believers.
Well, if that's the case, I'm going to start rumors throughout the town that it wasn't actually a Kraken that was eating the ships. It was alligators from the sewers. And I'm going to start other rumors about how great of alligator slayers the Obsidian.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm going to start another rumor just to help the traction that it was probably the Obsidian Flame that first introduced alligators to the city in the first place.
Okay. He's countering his rumor with other rumors to validate his first rumor. I get what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And since people don't like the Obsidian Flame...
Right. The one rumor will validate the other.
Yeah.
I got you.
You know, Keo's very persuasive, so...
Yes, I do need a persuasion check. It will take you the entire 15 days to really lay that down.
And by the end of the 15-day, my antler-like horns have come in.
Oh, okay.
So I persuade at almost as good as I can do, at a 27.
Holy shit. Okay. So you all start hearing this hubbub floating around of alligators and stuff like that. Yeah, Minette doesn't, but people are hearing of alligators and how the Obsidian Flame has been dumping alligators in the in the sewers, and that's why there was that giant explosion a few weeks ago, and stuff like that. And there's all sorts of rumors flying around. People definitely believe that you guys have cleaned up your mess, though, because clearly nothing's attacking any of the ships anymore.
Alligators.
Right. There's ships aren't attacking anymore. Rumors are flying around that the whole vampire thing was a whole ruse as well, and that you guys were putting up a ruse for that.
Yeah, the vampires were pushed out of the sewers by the alligators. But hopefully there's like good and bad.
Right.
So, So instead of everybody hating us, it's like 25% of the town likes us now.
Yeah. You're definitely gaining favor now. Is anybody else doing anything over that time span?
Finishing my armor.
Yeah.
About damn time.
Nice.
I'm giving myself a scar tattoo of Kraken.
Cuts and burns and...
Yeah.
Okay. Anything, Bon?
Just fixing up the franchise.
Okay.
And I also play with my dolls, so I have... So I have Aelin the Rock, and Titania, my new doll, and my little corn house girl doll, and like a boot that I'm pretending is Kinian.
And then there's there's flying bugbears and stuff, and a gummy bear.
And this is at the table in the
Sugar
house
bear.
as everyone's working around.
Okay.
You know, and I'm explaining to the new employees
how everything works.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So is this going to become like a frat house? Is that what's happening? Like essentially?
No, it's going to be like...
Well, not in a negative connotation, but like I mean,
Community
So-
Outreach Center.
Yeah.
Same thing as the last one. We'll employ a few people to do good deeds.
Yeah. Rats in the cellar type.
Yeah.
Sub-employees.
Yeah.
Sub-employees.
Okay.
They
All right.
they will improve the name of the Order of the Obsidian Flame,
Mm-hmm.
as well as generate a small amount of revenue that will probably just be used to keep up the building.
Yep. At the end of the 15 days, your ship is functional. It is seaworthy. It's always been airworthy, but it is now solid. The craftsmanship is not that great. It seems like it is just to get you guys out of here.
Good enough.
Good, and that's exactly. You heard a lot of that, Manette, when, as you're walking or as you're working on the armor, you're hearing, good enough. Fuck it.
This flame's not black.
Yeah. You see, like,
Don't just write flame in white paint on the side.
right. Keo, you see the decals are all fucked up on the sides. With new wood where the old wood would have been and stuff like that. But other than that, it's solid.
Candlekeep ho.
Okay.
Candlekeep.
Hello, Z. Let's go.
All right.
And so before I leave, I tell my students, now remember, this next term, it's more self-directed.
You'll be graded on what you can accomplish and the quality of what it is accomplished. It is purely up to you how you meet those goals.
And tell your friends if they want extra credit to submit articles.
Nice. Okay, so it's about 550 miles as a bird flies to Candlekeep. Your ship moves somewhere to the order of, I think, 10 miles an hour in favorable winds. So, I mean, 2 days roughly. Yep. You guys have all of your crew with you. You are traveling for 2 days, and it's pretty uneventful. You reach Candlekeep on the eve of the second day, and as you're approaching Bon, you've got this sense of coming home, right? You are coming back the person you promised to come back as, a formidable foe. And as you are looking out on the horizon, in the last lights you can see Candlekeep. It sits on top of a very large volcanic crag that juts out into the sea, and the
Is it a lighthouse?
Not really, but it kind of resembles one. From Keo's perspective, it would look a lot like a lighthouse.
Candlekeep lighthouse.
Yeah. It juts out into the sea, and the uneasy waves crash against the rocks. You see the multi-layered square building with the single spire sticking from the center. And as you get closer in the last lights, you see the immaculate building is lackluster at best. You remember it being very particularly taken care of by the caretakers, and everything was so well taken care of to the point that it disturbed you, right? It was too perfect. It actually, as you're getting there, starts looking like it's been abandoned.
Well then.
Guys, this isn't normally how it looks.
As a Sword Coast pirate, could we assume that Kinian's seen this from his ship?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's a very common place, and I like the idea of it being a lighthouse. So it's definitely a lighthouse to try and keep ships, because so where it's actually located is it's on a peninsula that is between an island and the actual full landmass. So it would be there to protect ships from running aground in the area.
Has it always looked like this to Kinian?
No.
I was just wanting to do like a historical insight check to see if Bon's cray-cray or not.
Oh, yeah.
And so I agree with you, Bon.
Yep. What's everybody's passive?
16.
10.
18.
20.
Those damn clerics.
Okay. Anybody who's above a 17, you notice it. Those of you that are observant, you see 5 dark specks coming up from Candle Keep, staying low to the surface of the water and working their way up towards you. They're flying.
Hey guys, we've got incoming.
So, you all prepare
Yeah.
for any
Beatle.
anything that might happen. The crew prepares, starts manning positions. 2 people even grab onto each of the ballistas.
I send the shortest of the guys who are left up to man with
Kyo's ballista.
Yeah, to man
Okay.
my ballista and say, and I tell Supper, okay, you listen to him now. You
Okay.
hear?
We just got my ship fixed up. Let's not get it all wrecked.
And
What time of day
and
is
Lucky's like, and that's why we won't let you steer.
And he probably gets like a loud hurrah!
Yeah, here. Stop fucking up our ship. What was your question?
What time of day is it?
It's dusk, so
Yeah.
it's last light.
If that's low enough light, I'm actually gonna just jump off.
It
the
won't be
ship.
that. No, you still got direct sunlight.
Okay.
It's like the sky is super orange and pink.
Okay.
It's that time of night. Okay, so we're gonna roll initiative here.
Before the battle starts, to say, hey Manette, you want to be a strike fighter?
What? Oh God.
We both crit.
No, I got that.
Yeah.
You can't crit on initiative.
It
Yeah,
happened.
you can't.
But they still crit.
It lands for double initiative.
Hey.
19.
20.
23.
22.
Oh.
You were supposed to be 21.
Sorry. Someone roll for the ship for me, please.
God, oh God.
Actually, we're gonna make it easy. They act on 10 after Manette, so they are on 9.
9.
Just in case we give them orders.
Yep. And the enemies are on 8. Great. You're all holding, and then Bon, you see these specks start taking form of a large mosquito-like character. Imagine like an ant with a giant mosquito snout with
Proboscis.
wings. A what?
Proboscis.
Proboscis? Sure, whatever that means. Sounds like a crescent roll.
Mosquito's snout.
Oh, cool. So yes, so a mosquito snout proboscis thing on an ant, and they've got all these arms and wings, and there's 5 of them flying towards you.
Do I know them as demons?
Yeah. Immediately, in your head, like you have that weird innate recall, and these are known as Casmi. They are.
Cast me outside.
How about that? They are resistant to cold, fire, and lightning damage. They are immune to being poisoned and to poisons.
Does he pass that along, or
That's
do
up
you?
to him.
I do.
Probably. You also know that they are strong against magic. And that is what you know.
How far out are they?
They're probably, we're going to say 60 feet.
I stand up on the railing of the ship,
Mm-hmm.
very monk-like, and I draw out Celestia's might. I shout out, "The heavens are against you," and 3 beams of light shoot from me.
Oh, shit. Okay.
New stuff.
Wow, it was like someone else rolled for you. You did good.
Lowest I have is a 16.
16. Yep, they're all gonna hit then.
9 plus 5, so 14 force energy.
To all of them, or to
one
3 of them.
To one of them.
One of them. 14.
Mr. Eldritch Blast.
Yes, that is an Eldritch Blast.
Nice.
All the classes.
Yes. Vaughn is now a warlock.
Well, part warlock.
Vaughn is now part warlock.
All right. There is a specifically beefier looking one. Do you want to go after that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so 14 to that. Kinian, your turn.
Kinian runs up behind Bon and like does exactly what he says, and like looks over toward Bon, because like we've been training on the ship probably now, like axe versus sword and stuff, like
For a long time.
for a while. And I look over at Bon, I look at the demons, and I throw my arms up in the air and I say, "The heavens are against you." And
Nothing happens.
And nothing happens. And I look at my hands and I'm like, I said what you said.
Yeah, but you gotta practice.
Shit. And I rage.
All right. Keo.
And Keo hops up on the railing, and he says, "And soar the wilds, quickening an eldritch blast."
Yeah.
You're a warlock too.
Yeah. And then followed by that, he says,
Is that why you have
And with
nubs on your head?
"Yes."
He's got full-blown antlers now.
And then and feel the touch of death, and 2 spectral hands go forward as well, one of which targets the strongest.
Holy shit. Okay, break it down for me,
So
sir.
I cast a quickened eldritch blast followed by a twinned chill touch.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
So he's,
Okay.
I burnt 3 spell sorcery points.
Which one do you want to hit first? Like which spell?
So the eldritch blasts
Okay.
are going to go out, and those will hit 3 of the mooks. It doesn't really matter which 3.
Okay.
We'll say 3 on the right.
All right.
Doesn't matter which is which. Ooh, 2 of them should be hits and 1 should be a miss, because 10 was my low.
Yeah,
and the
10's too low.
other ones are both above 20.
Okay.
So of the hits, first mook takes 10 damage. Second mook takes 9, and that's force damage.
Uh-huh.
And then the chill touch to the boss goes, and that may miss. 14.
14 misses.
Yeah. And then chill touch to the not boss. Oh, man. That one misses too. It was a 3 plus 8, so 11.
Yep. Not gonna do it. But
But it looked
touched,
cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
5 beams just kind of like.
Yeah.
Well, they were like, so the beams look like vines
Okay.
as they shoot out.
Nice.
And then the hands are like my own hands. It's like the mage hand, but,
Yep.
like creepy ones.
So when that happens, the vines go out. One of the demons they get hit and they start like barrel rolling. Another one gets hit by the blast as well and barrels through. The third one gets hit, but it doesn't. It just splashes off the carapace. There is those spectral hands shoot outward as well, and the demons, they actually fly just right through them. It is Tin's turn.
And she says, "I am the heavens," and shoots an eldritch blast. She's a warlock too.
No, I don't feel the need to do any fancy showing off because I've got Lathander with me.
Nice.
She's like these childs.
Beams fly from the heaven.
So, how many of the demons are grouped up in like a 20-foot circle?
20-foot circle is going to be
Radius or?
radius
10-foot radius.
10-foot radius. 2. Best you can get is 2.
Okay. Well, I am feeling a little showy-offy, even though I'm pretending I'm not. Because reputation and all that. But so on the 2 demons that are somewhat grouped together, I'm going to cast Flame Strike. So they have to do a dex saving throw because divine fire roars down from the heavens onto them.
Okay. On 2 of them?
Yes.
All right. Nat 20 on the first one.
Get out.
And a 11 or a 11. So 11.
Magic resistance.
Yep.
Now, does that include fire with my flame, my fire elemental?
Is it radiant type?
It's both radiant and fire.
The fire damage will be resistant.
Okay. So
I do need to know damage types. Which one are you targeting? The big bad? Basically, you could only target 2 at max.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'll include the big bad.
Okay.
All right. So fire, we have the 18.
Okay.
And then for radiant, we have 14. And so, yeah, the one that's got a 20 does half damage.
All right. Cool. Next is Minette.
I'll shoot the big bad.
Cacao.
17. Does 17 hit?
17 does hit.
35 points of damage.
35.
Some of that is thunder. The rest is piercing.
All right. And you reload.
I do.
Next is the ship. Nobody's given orders.
Use my action for that. I'm going to try to do Eldritch Blast.
That's fine. Lucky is going to... Lucky is barking orders, and they're attempting to shoot these things. None of them hit. They were all below 10. Next is the enemies. They move up, and they close the distance with their speed. They are right on top of you now. I need everybody that was at the front. So, Kinian, Keo, Bon, and I need all 4 of you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Con save. That's not my worst save.
As they get closer, you can hear the beating of their wings, and it is scrambling your brain.
26.
It hurts.
15.
Okay.
8.
Okay.
I don't have a brain to scramble.
25.
25. Bon, you fall unconscious.
Shit. Like you have no hit points.
No. Just
Right?
unconscious. So
Okay.
So he's sleeping, essentially. A unconscious creature is incapacitated. Blah blah blah. Creature drops whatever it's holding and falls prone. Creature automatically fails any strength or dex saving throws. Attack rolls against this is at advantage. Anything that
You
hits
lose your
is
turn.
a crit.
Which way do I fall?
Good question.
I use my reaction to pull him in if you.
Okay,
Because
yeah,
he's on the rails.
he is.
Because I went right
falling
next to him.
forward.
Because I
Yep.
could use it to featherfall them too.
He is falling forward.
He was right next to me because I was trying shenanigans.
Yeah. So, Kinian, you reach out quick, grab Bon by the collar as he's falling unconscious forward. Bon, does a 20 hit you?
Yep.
So Kinian, you grab Bon by the collar and you pull him back. And when you pull him back, there's this demon mosquito, and its proboscis is in Bon's chest, and it's sucking his blood. All right, Bon.
Which is why I've been chill touching.
If it's necrotic, I need to know.
Yep, there will be. So let's do the piercing damage first, which is a crit.
He auto crits you.
Yep, so that's...
I can't lower the damage because I used my reaction to grab you.
5,
Well, thanks for grabbing me.
10, 11, plus...
That was 11 piercing?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Another 11.
you got crit.
Yeah. Another 11 plus 2, so 24.
Yep.
24 points of piercing damage. I am going to use a dice roller on this one.
Oh, good. This is fine. It's fine. It's fine, guys.
I really hope it is.
First level's warlock dies.
Good luck to you, Bon. You take 50 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, that's
Alright.
fine.
Listen. The target's hit point maximum is reduced by that amount,
So he gets reduced by half of that
25.
because he's resistant.
which the death curse is going on.
Yeah.
So,
Sadly, I didn't have my reaction
yeah.
to shield you.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
But at least it's 25. At least you're resistant.
Yep. So, that's the first one. So, well, Kinian, while you're focused on what the hell you're seeing with Bon, one of the
Let's not go to
Caspians
Candle.
attack you.
I will shield if one attacks me.
Okay.
If one hits.
You
Let's
just see
see.
life draining away from my
Yes.
body.
19.
That hits.
That hits. All right.
I'm just a barb. I don't need hit points.
Let's see. 17 plus 2. 19 points of damage for piercing damage. And then for you, it's probably less. Let's see. You take 28 points of necrotic off the top of your health. Now, Kyo. What's your AC, Kyo?
18 before shield. On hit, I will do shield.
Let's see. It is going to miss, just barely. 17. 10.
Are these like physical attacks or
Yes.
are they okay?
Yep.
So disadvantage.
The first one's going to miss. You warding flare on a hit, right? Is that how that works?
Cloak.
Oh, that's right.
displacement.
Okay, so
But
the
then
first
for
one
allies-
misses anyways.
Yeah. For allies,
It is. That is going to be a 19. 3 plus 5.
that hits or
13 plus 5.
Yeah.
18.
that meets.
Okay.
This keeps happening. I'm going to become a glass cannon.
Yeah. So that's 9 plus 6, 7 plus. So that's 16 plus 2 is 18 points of piercing damage, and you take 28 points of necrotic off the top of your health.
I really think the next quest we take should be this death curse thing.
Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
that earlier today, but especially now.
All right. I think we got one more attack
Oh, good.
because there's 5 creatures and 4 of you.
I must have forgot to tell everyone in the party, but
No,
Kinian's
you had
immune to
2 attack.
necrotic.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Yep. Okay, so 2 did attack 10. One of them hit. So, Bon.
Do I
You're
get to-
awake.
I'm awake?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
took damage.
Your
Oh,
shit
I get to
kicked
wake
in.
up when I take damage.
Yeah, so you wake up and there's a spear in your heart, essentially, like in your chest, and like it's right there. Yeah, I mean, obviously.
What do I got to do to get it out of my chest?
You can probably do some sort of strength, because this is like a loose grapple, I would guess.
How does the thing that has its nose in my chest look?
Fine.
All right, I'll do a strength to get out of this.
Yeah.
Athletics?
Yep. Athletics or acrobatics would be either for you.
I'm gonna RP this as I kick it in the face, trying to push it out.
I hope you do good.
26.
Nice. I got a 22. Nat 20. All right. So describe how you do this.
So it's like a mosquito with its nose in my chest, right?
Yeah.
So I go, oh shit, grab it and kick it in the face and pull at the same time.
It like reaches back and its snout is like it's darting around, and you see like this tongue whipping around from the end of the snout. That's your action.
Okay. And I take the key bonus action of dodge.
Okay. Okay, wise.
And that's it.
All right. Hey, thank you so much for listening. What a fantastic episode. We cannot wait for next week's episode. We hope you stick around to find out what happens next. If you want to find out more about the show, about our characters, or things like that, go check us out on dmstable.com/RWA. DM's Table has got information on how to contact us through Twitter or Facebook or things like that. Go check it out, and we'll see you out on the internet. See ya.